So I decided to just go ahead and do a story time and tell you guys the story of why I am getting a divorce. Okay?
Now, the fact that she's driving and recording a story time at the same time tells me that she's a very irresponsible person. And people like that usually make bad decisions off rip.
So I have been with this man for this would have been the eighth year. So this now during this 8 year span, I have dealt with abuse, physical and verbal, emotional, everything you can think of. I have dealt with cheating. I have dealt with lying. I have dealt with his family being disrespectful. I've dealt with his children being disrespectful. I have dealt with so much stuff. And I know what you're thinking. I should have been left. It shouldn't have took 8 years. I totally agree.
Let me tell you about an app called Free Cash. Free Cash is the number one app worldwide allowing users like yourself to make money off their phone for free. If you want to make $200 plus a week for free, download using my link in the description or the QR code on the screen. If you download now for free using my link or QR code, you will get a free $5 into your account for free. That's $5 for free, no requirements. So download Free Cash today to make easy, quick, and free money.
Now, within those 8 years, I had 3 children with him. I already had two, but I had three with him. I also had lost a parent, I lost a brother, and one of my brothers got incarcerated. So I had a lot of mental anguish during the 8 years. So I felt like, and this is why you have to be careful to not confuse trauma bonding with love. It's not love. Sometimes you are just trauma bonded to people because you go through shit while you're with them and they're just coincidentally there, not necessarily being there for you, but they're just in the space.
Yeah, that's cool, but you got 3 kids with him and you had 2 kids prior, so you got 5 kids. I mean, what she's saying is cool and all, but not after 3 kids by a person. You damn near stuck.
Catch my drift? So,
This is crazy.
during all of this stuff, around 2023, December 2023,
This is crazy.
I had found out that he was having an affair with a young lady, old lady, yeah, 40 something grandmother, literally a bitch got grandkids. I found out he was having an affair with her, that they worked together. So once I found out about the affair, it was like, the lady just kept coming up. Like I tried to forgive him, tried to move on,
Funny,
but the
man.
lady just kept coming up. Like they were still talking, they were still texting. So I just, kind of mentally clicked out of the relationship at that time. So 2024, I had decided like, I want to get a divorce. Like I'm over this. I want to get a divorce. So fast forward 2024, I'm not staying at the house. I'm staying with my sister, staying with my mom. Like, I'm barely coming home. Like, I'm into it with this man so motherfucking hard. Like, I'm not fucking with him. So I was in that's when I began nursing school. So damn bitch, you gonna run into the motherfucking back of me. You not even watching what the fuck you doing. My bad, y'all. So I really wasn't at home like that. So he was like telling me, like, can we please just work it out? Like, can
This
we
is
please just
crazy.
work it out? So I remember I ended up just like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna stay with him until I hate him. I told myself that because I said, you know what? when I leave, I want to be like completely done. And at the time, like I was just so mentally drained and fucked up that I just was like, I'm gonna stay with this nigga until I hate his fucking guts. And that's what I did. I stayed until I hated his ass.
And that's what I'm saying. Fellas, the cycle of a bird is always the same, bro. It's the same cycle every time. What she mean is she stayed with him until she felt like she couldn't use him anymore. It's like she damn near drained all his energy. So it's like, okay, he's done. Let me destroy him. That's how it works, bro. When a woman leaves you, she's leaving you for dead. Understand that. She's saying, yo, F you. I'm done with you. You're trash. Even though I had 3 kids by you or with you. Matter of fact, listen, bro. You might want to get a DNA test. I'm just saying. If a woman could just walk away from you after having 3 kids with you, get that DNA test, man. That's all I'm saying.
But I would continuously tell him, like, if we stay together, it's not gonna work. Like, it's not gonna work because, I'm not happy. Clearly you're not happy. This shit just not gonna work. So I remember, like, I will always tell him that. And it was like 2025, his son came to live with us. Now his son came to live with us, and that is when shit started hitting the fan. Because his son came with a plethora of issues. So when the son came to live with us, the son was stealing from me. He was lying. He was putting his hands on my kids. Like him and my kids will be fighting. So it was just like so much bullshit going on with having his son. And it was like he was like defending his son's behavior instead of correcting his son's behavior. So that really just sealed the deal for me. It was like, I would tell him something and he would undermine me and try to make it seem like, oh, I'm just picking on his son. When in actuality, his son was just doing shit. His son was just doing badass shit. And he just was being a poor piss ass parent, in my opinion. So, December of 2025, I decided that when I started putting my money up and saving my money, I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna save up some money, and then when I get my income taxes, I'm gonna pay up my bills for a couple months, so that way I have a cushion and I'm able to kind of, be okay without him, like get him to not have to help me with bills, because that was the way that he always stayed in the house, was because it was like he would be like, helping with bills. So
yeah, we know. That's what I'm saying. He was feeding the bird. Now, mind you, this is a man who was living with her and her 2 kids. But it's a problem when he allowed his son to move in. But he was okay with living with you and your 2 kids, right? And this is what I'm saying, fellas. The cycle is always the same. Power up, drain his energy, power up, and return back to the streets, bro. It's the life of a bird. She's going to get with you. She's going to drain your energy. She's going to use you to pay her bills. But when she's done using you, she's going to dismiss you. It's crazy.
just so happened he loses his job
Uh-oh.
in January. So for a month, he's sitting in the house not doing nothing. He's playing a game. He's not trying to go make no extra money. He's not doing shit. And on top of that, he's being disrespectful. So like he's disrespecting me. We're like arguing all the time. It's to the point we can't go 48 hours without an argument. I'm over it at this point. So at this point, I'm done with it. I'm over it. I'm like, you know what? Next month, I'm done. So the next month rolls around, and I just told him I want a divorce. Like, I want a divorce. I don't want to do this no more. I'm straight. So I guess he thought I was not serious. So I went, filed divorce, and I also filed for a PPO for my protection because, you know, you've threatened me, you've done crazy stuff. So I don't know what type of time you're on. So let me protect myself in case I have to defend myself. So eventually he ends up moving out the house. But, you know, his son was still living with me. He left his son with me. So um, the son was still living with me because he had nowhere to take the son. So fast forward, I just recently sent the son back to his mother. So this is like a situation that is ongoing. It's still going on. So, you know, that's why I'm getting a divorce because, you know, his family didn't respect me. I had issues with his siblings. I had issues with the way that he handled his family. He was the type of person, he did not speak up. So, like, when stuff would happen, it was like he would allow people to disrespect me. And then he would turn around and to try to get in my good graces, try to be like, oh, I'm not playing about you, but you let this person do.
So you want this man to go against his family for you. That's the mindset of a bird, fellas. A bird will always compete with anybody that's close to you or anything that's close to you. So if you hang with your family a lot and your girl is a bird, all of a sudden she's gonna start complaining. All of a sudden, your family don't like her. Understand that. That's how you know your girl is a bird, bro. When she can't get along with your family. When a woman is really into you, fam, she and your family gonna be best of friends. Because she's gonna be on her best behavior trying to, get in the family and get in the good graces of his family because she's into you. But when a woman is not into you, it's like that, man, F your family. And she's gonna want you to turn your back on your family for her. Trust that, fellas. Understand that.
Disrespect me multiple times, and you've not, you know, really done anything. And I noticed like he would be the type of person to break his neck for his family, but when it came to me, he was so quick to disrespect me and degrade
Mm-hmm.
me. Like, he was so quick to disrespect me. So it was like, you know, I just started seeing stuff like that. And then like with his friends, it was like, you're not a good friend. Like, I look at everything like that people do, and I'm like, you're not a good friend. You're not loyal. You're not, you know, you're hanging out with people that you're talking shit about. Like, you're literally talking shit about these people, but you running behind them anytime me and you have an issue. You're running behind these
This
people.
is crazy.
So it was like stuff like that. Like, I want a man who is a leader, who can think for him.
You want a man, lady, you got 5 kids. You just had 3 kids by this dude. She's making a video bashing this guy, and the whole time she got 3 of his kids. And 2 prior. But she's about to tell us what she want in a man. You failed. This is why, bro. This is why you can't save these birds, bro. These birds are lost. I'm telling you, fam. They just keep making bad decisions and more bad decisions. That's the life of a bird. She will create chaos. That's all she's doing. And she want to create more chaos? You got 5 kids. Sit your ass down. This is crazy.
Himself, that can make good decisions, that can be a provider, a protector. I want those things, and I realize that I just don't want it from him. Not saying he is the
What
worst person
the?
in the world. He's not, but he's not what I need, and he's not what I.
After 3 kids, you just figure that out? And this is what I'm saying, bro. Once a woman makes a story time to bash her baby father, a man that she had 3 kids with, bro, that's bird energy, fam. What's the point of this video? You're just making yourself look bad because, yeah, you bashing him, but you got 3 of his kids. Like, do you understand that? This shit is crazy. Like, you stuck with the dude. But now she wanna jump back in the streets. This is just wild, bro.
I want, most importantly. So yeah, I put his ass out, and this has been the most peaceful 2 months of my life, and I love it. I hope that this continues to go on to 6, 8, 12, 10 years. I cannot fucking wait. So yeah, world, that's why the fuck I put that nigga out.
Yep. See, that's the thing about a bird, bro. Whenever y'all dudes feed a bird, she just grows into a bigger bird. Facts, bro. That's why I tell y'all dudes all the time, bro. Don't feed the birds. Now, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, dude probably his back was against the wall. He figured, okay, let me slide in with Shorty, pay a couple bills, and get back on my feet. But now you end up, well, according to her, you all had 3 kids. And again, brother, get that DNA test, fam. But the bottom line is this. Now this bird done powered up off a dude, even though she's stuck with 3 kids by him, but she was so eager to make it back to the streets that she made a plan. Okay, this is what I need to do. Yo, one thing about a bird will always find a way to return back to the streets. Facts. Every time, bro, I assure you. You could pick any bird. One day, she's gonna return back to the streets. Any woman that you know is a bird, at some point, her ass will return back to the streets. That's a fact, fellas. Be careful out here, man. This right here is wow. This is what yo, imagine him getting a hospital interview with, and the baby's coming out. Fellas, again, focus on yourself. That's what it is.